Welcome into another 5 minutes with Sean, maybe 10. As always, Sean Welsh sitting in today. Look, guys, I want to start talking to you because obviously it's the end of February, right? So you're hopefully having a better February than you did that terrible, terrible January. That's my hope for you. But what it points out to me recently is, given all the weather and all the craziness, it's about routines today for me, okay? It's about why I have routines, why I think they're important to me, and also why I loathe them and hate them every second that I can. Because when they're truly, truly routine, the idea that you may not have done something, like, for example, I have written down right here, the garage door. What that means is you're so accustomed to closing the garage door that if you get a mile from the house and can't decide if it's actually been done, you're forced to turn around. And what you find, for me anyways, 9 times and a half out of 10, is the garage is closed. But because it's part of a routine, I go through it and I do what I do the way I do it. It's something that if for any reason I'm not sure, I may have missed it. So when I worked at dealerships, routines were super easy for me because it was a structured day. Yes, it's a long day, but it's a structured day the way that I approached it. So when I got in the morning, first thing I did in the morning was walk the lot, right? Understand the previous day's trades, understand what had potentially been sold from the lot, look at frontline gaps, go through the lot and just kind of have that mental moment of what to look for the day. That's a ton of fun. I love doing that because it gave me that time to just kind of clear my mind and get ready for that fresh start to the day. After that, walk inside, check this morning's leads, etc., throughout the day. I'm not going to take you through my whole day. It'll bore the hell out of you. But my point is that it was fairly structured, even in the chaos that is a dealership in the retail hours. I did my very best to make sure that it was structured. I do this by taking notes. I mean, dude, again, I'm so used to routine. When my wife met me, I was paying my bills still in person, and I used a calendar, like a free calendar that my buddies gave me, to keep the dates on, right? And like, I'll never forget when she first saw it, it was just the idea of like, what is this? Like, have you ever heard of bill pay? And this is 2003, and no, I had not heard of bill pay. It shouldn't surprise any of you that I am technologically not ahead of the time. Like, granted, I had a StarTech cell phone, all right? So like one of the first people to have one of those. Like, that was probably the last time I was ahead of the tech curve. Don't mistake the fact that I love data to have anything to do with keeping up with technology, because those two are not mutually exclusive. As a matter of fact, I don't think I started texting till like 5 years ago. So that's, again, not a thing. But anyways, back to the idea of a routine. I think it's valuable to have them when you go to a workplace, but even more so when you're self-employed. It is really, and even to that point, a satellite employee, because when I worked for the corporate conglomerate that sucked my will to live, when I was there, what was bad about it, all right? What was bad about it was that there was no structure given to you, but get this accomplished in a 30-day cycle. Well, my dad always taught me to work smarter, not harder. So if I set my day up efficiently and I could knock out what you're asking me to do in 5 days, does anyone have a plan for the other 20? And they don't, because satellite employees are just expected to understand how to manage and work their time. I do know how to do that, so it wasn't terrible for me, but I spent a lot of that time on my personal life, which is where I came to today in my life, is that it's a lot more about having time to do what I want in my life than to go out and kill myself for the hustle and grind of it all, to make another 100,000 over the 100,000 that I'd already make. There's something to be said about the quality of life, and the routine now that we have at CarBiz is so tight and to the point that I have 15 days of work and 15 days of essentially time to focus on client relations, adding clients, a little bit of personal time, whatever. So we have a specific routine. Our clients review our data on a specific routine. Hell, you might be watching this show on a specific routine, Dave Sponnicky. I know that that's part of what everyone may do with how they consume their media. So to me, routines are wonderful. The reason that I loathe them is because when they don't go right, I panic. Why isn't it going the way it's supposed to go? And if it doesn't, then will actually things get done, right? And what I've learned as I get older is it's okay. It's gonna be okay if the exact way you wanted it to happen isn't happening, or the routine of the day is changed, okay? Or if you need to walk through the airport a different way because you look weird for always doing it the same way. Whatever that is, it's okay. And I think that the open-mindedness has helped me understand the true value of having and managing my routines. And so in personal and business, I do it from both sides. I'm a bowler, okay? Those of you who don't know me. I like to bowl. I'm in a league. I've been in a league my whole life. And our league's on Tuesday nights. Well, here in the Midwest, thanks to all this wonderful weather, we have been literally canceled for like a straight month on Tuesday nights. I get really frustrated because I am very competitive as a human being, and that is literally my only competitive outlet any longer. And I get slightly pent up. My wife thinks I'm ridiculous, and she's not wrong. I am. But it's what I enjoy, and it's the routine of going out there and seeing the folks, doing the bowling, having a little competitive, edge to you, and then you go home. And it's every Tuesday for, 5 months. It's a ton of fun. But when the routine gets thrown, it's about how you react. I think that makes the difference. And again, I'm giving you a simple life that you shouldn't react negatively to having your bowling canceled. Don't mistake me. It doesn't ruin my day. It just frustrates me that I couldn't go bowling. That's all. Right? She understands. That's what it is. That's how I feel about it. So you know what I mean. Those of you who have routines, you totally get it. The weather's throwing off work routines here. I've actually had to cancel going on dealer visits more times in the last month than I have in the last 5 years, I would say, since we started this company. And so that part is frustrating. That's real frustration because of the weather, one of these meetings had been canceled 2 straight months in a row. It was a monthly meeting, and it had been canceled 2 months in a row. And the third month, it was questionable weather. I had to do it, right? Had to get in there. Could be no more excuses, no more sissifying because of the weather. You got to get out there and you got to go to that meeting. And that's what we did. And everything works out and things are fine and it's all good. But that's my biggest thing with routines. I think they're crucial, but I think you have to understand that if they're interrupted, it's going to be okay. And if you're a satellite employee or someone who's an entrepreneur, works for themselves, works from home, it will be the hardest nut to crack. I figured out how to make money for this company well before I figured out how to use my time wisely and how to have a routine to set things up because I'm linear, right? So I don't have a work day. I don't even know what today is because it doesn't matter. Monday through Sunday, when I need to do work, I do work, but I have to do a better job of balancing the time in the day in which I do it so that I can make it as streamlined as possible. All right? Those are routines. I hope you have them yourselves. I hope watching this show is one of them, as well as commenting on this show. I really appreciate all the engagement. Thank you so much. As always, you'll find me all over LinkedIn, a little here and there on the Facebook. Don't forget, is it liking Instagram? Is that what folks need to do? Yeah. So go to Instagram. I told you, I'm not the tech guy here. Go to Instagram, follow. Okay. See, again, what do I know? Go to Instagram, follow. Go to Stitcher, check things out, right? See, I'm on top of it. And for all my audio-only people, make sure if you cannot find 5 Minutes with Sean, maybe 10, go tell me because I will get it on whatever network you listen to them on because we are supposed to be on all of them, okay? All the episodes are there. Check them out. And as always, have a wonderful week and thanks for joining.